Hello and welcome to Playing More StarMade. So I've more or less completed the Dreadnought design that I've been working on for the last couple videos. As you can see, I still have a few things I want to finish. The box at the bottom is going to be basically some type of landing gear. I haven't quite figured out the best way to approach that yet, but I'm giving just spacing out the area that I'm going to keep for it. See, I loaded up with turrets. I ended up only just putting the one on the bottom until I sort out how the landing gear may work, and I didn't want to overload it too much. I've put doors on the docking bay, so this is oh well, did I just... Okay, so just this moment I've discovered that you can open and close the docking bay doors by selecting the docking module and then left clicking on it, and that will open the door, or I can close the door. When the door is closed, the shield will protect the craft inside. If I open that up, now that there's still going to be shielding, of course, but less likely that if I have a fighter stored there that they're going to take any fire. So I have a couple spots for docking here. But, I'm actually quite excited. I was wondering what I was going to do about those doors, but now we can just click the door closed. And click the other door closed. Alright, so I'd be safe to go and fight some enemy ships, and while my carrier Dreadnought here I feel is quite safe. The shields on it are pretty crazy. I'll go through some of the stats there in a bit. The only thing I can even attempt at bringing down is maybe a turret. For some reason it doesn't want to target, but it does take a little while of just steady blasting before the shields even start to go red. So they're starting to wear down at that point, but they'll regenerate fairly quickly. So just in one of the fighters, we're going to dock that, and then I'll give you a bit of a tour of the ship. Still not, like I said, completely done. I still want to do some interior rooms. There we go. So we've docked. We can exit out. And while I'm here, I'll close the docking bay. There we go. I just realized I should probably get a... I'm going to have to put a gravity module in here, but I'll do that later. So I have a stairway, and this is going to lead up to what's going to be the command deck, where the core is. I also have airlocks on either side, so we can come in here, and I also have gravity unit there, so we can, when we come in through the ship through the airlock, we can turn the gravity on, turn it off, whatever we want, so that we can start walking around. So as you can see, it's still fairly open. I haven't finished this back wall yet because I figure I'm going to still do some work with that superstructure. We have some stairs leading down to the engine room and the shield core, so if we need to inspect anything or add any upgrades, I line both the walls with some power capacitors, give you a little bit of extra battery length. And we have another deck, but I don't have a stairway up to it as of yet. But I can show that to you through the build mode. So some extra floor space for whatever I want to do. And that's pretty much it. I think we've went over the weapon systems a little bit. It's a big, broad cannon. But a lot more space to add to that as I go. The red arm, that's some extra, basically red, the hardened armor. So that's protecting the top and bottom, the sides of the weapons. And then I have the blue on the drive core. So the interior walls are all the hardened armor. And so now, still have just a couple cameras. Thought maybe what I can do is try and find us some enemies, or I'll try initiating a wave. I'm going to initiate a wave. So last time I tried a wave of 5 in 5 seconds, and in the destroyer it was definitely hectic. So let's see what happens when we try it with the Dreadnought this time. There we go. All the turrets are... Oh, that's great. I'm just not even really going to... I'm just going to let the turrets take care of it. See how the shields handle. Well. So far our shields are not even going down the first bar. And we've taken out one. Oh, this is hilarious. I think there's no need for that. I think we can get into one of our fighters. Scramble fighters. We got incoming enemies. Oh, I'm thinking maybe I'll need to add some boarding planks to help get up when there's a gravity. Close the cockpit. Now, the other thing I added in there is I added an AI module. I wonder. You know what? I'll do that. We'll activate this one as a drone fighter and send it off, and we'll take the other one. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I want to ship any... Let me out of it, go. Oh, right in the gravity well. So you can see the fighter, geez, taking off. Where'd he go? There he is. Might not be super effective, but yeah, I mean he's gonna chase enemies and fight them. It's gonna take me forever to get back up my ship in there, so I'm just gonna grab a core and fly back in. Alright, so let's get the other fighter. And fighter 2 is away. Alright, so I'm going to lock on, and we're going to try out the lock-on missiles. So pressing 2, that takes us to the lock-on. And now we can fire now that it's locked on. And hopefully we won't end up hitting our own ship. I think we can handle one missile. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. The missile hit and took him out. Excellent. So one-shot kill. And missiles away. So, a level 5 group is definitely not nearly as challenging as it was. That is for sure. Let's get our pirate loot. Now, what is that? Okay, that's our fighter. So, is there someone else left? The only thing about the fighter is we're going to have to go and recover it. So, I don't know. Or maybe he's just trying to still take out the guy who's overheating. That's one of the annoying thing. There's no sort of a recall or head home function. Basically, it'll keep shooting at those guys until they're dead, and then it'll pretty much just stay where it is. But that's okay. We can fly the ship up and pick it up. But I see a cloud of pirate loot, so we'll gather that. So it looks like we cleared out all those pirates without any trouble. And without even controlling the main ship. Those turrets did all the work for us, so helped out with one of the fighters, but yeah, they would have been dead anyways. So there we go. First fighter sortie successful. Now we'll just have to go gather up our remote control fighter, put it back in the docking bay, and maybe we can go visit a planet. I'm kind of curious to see whether thrusters are going to be able to get us out of a gravity well. First we're going to grab that fighter. I wonder if we can be all fancy and scoop it up in the docking bay. What I think I might have to do is set up some more cameras. Had an idea of setting, putting a line of blocks up and far away, and then disconnecting that line of blocks and just having a cockpit in it, as if you had sort of like a chase plane. Thinking that might get me a better view of seeing what's going on, maybe an overhead cam and stuff like that. Let's see. I don't think it's shooting at us, but I think it's somewhat near the docking bay. And everything's tilted because we don't have any gravity on, but that's what I want. Yep, not too bad. She's shooting up our shields trying to get to that dead pirate, but we can just turn that off. There we go. So we'll have to now I wonder, with the docking being able to do that, you know what, I'm going to try a little experiment. May or may not work, but we'll see here. So I'm wondering if there's a way to scoop these up from the docking beam. So you can add a docking command to the hotbar. So bender drop down. Say moving around my ship now pretty much requires a ship of its own. Oh. But I can get in there with the core and everything. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so I want to try selecting the docking beam. Nah, too much to hope for, I think. I was hoping it might just grab it and put it in the docking bay. That would have been awesome. Perhaps something for a future update. But for now, we'll just go and fly it, which is a little more fun anyways. Oh. There we go. So let's park our other fighter here. In fact, close the docking bay right from the fighter. Seem to need to get it. So it won't work from the inside. Alright, I don't quite know what to make of that. That was working. Oh, you know what? Here I am right-clicking like a fool. And one left click and it does it. Yeah. So, there we go. Learned a couple things today. Like that docking, or the docking bay doors. That's I like that. I was trying to add a Plex lifter, but apparently those can only be added to stations. Ships don't get to use them, unfortunately, so no elevators in the spaceship yet. But that is the current state of the Dreadnought. Oh, I got missing a little block in the floor. I had to put a lot of lights. I find the lighting, they don't spread very far, and this pretty much was what gave me what I found was, well, fairly acceptable. They have to be pretty close. So I thought I'd point that out. And for anyone interested, this model is currently about 13,000, about 14,000 blocks, just about. No, sorry, 131,000. Almost 132,000 blocks. 221 meters in length. And so current supply with those added power, I now have a capacity of about 28,000, and we have a regen of about 450,000 E a second with shields of 115,000. So we're going to have to try and design something that can maybe penetrate through this, I think. I'm thinking maybe a Borg cube might be a fun enemy to fight, or who knows, something else. So I'll keep looking. I think I'm probably going to do a little bit more finalizing on this build, but for the most part, other than a few cosmetic details at this point, I'm thinking for the most part this is done. So this has been the Dreadnought build. I'll put together a few videos fighting more enemies once I find what the limit of this thing can take. So thanks for watching. So long for now.